The righteous burn forever. The Bible teaches that the righteous are the ones that burn eternally, not the wicked. The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness has seized the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with who? Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? He who walks righteously and speaks uprightly. He who despises the gain of oppressions. Who gestures with his hands refusing bribes. Who stops his ears from hearing of bloodshed and shuts his eyes from seeing evil. He will dwell on high. His place of defense will be the fortress of rocks. Bread will be given him. His water will be sure. Isaiah chapter 33 verses 14 to 16. Who is standing on the sea of glass mingled with fire in Revelation? And I saw something like a sea of glass mingled with fire. And those who have the victory over the beast, over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, standing on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. Our God is a consuming fire. How are we able to stand without being consumed? For he has clothed me with the garments of salvation. He has covered me with the robes of righteousness. Both the righteous and the wicked stand before God, but the righteous are not consumed because they are clothed in the righteousness of Christ. They have put on his garments. Why is God described as a consuming fire in the Bible? Songs of Solomon chapter 8 verses 6 and 7 describe fire as love. Fire is a symbol of love in heaven. Heaven is described as a city of fire. God's throne is a throne of fire. His wheels as burning fire. His angels as ministering flames. We are baptized by fire. The presence of God in a burning bush, fire. His chariot is a chariot of fire. Jesus' eyes are described as eyes of fire. The burning bush in Exodus was not consumed, which is God's desire for man, that we could be in his presence without being consumed. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire from the midst of a bush. So he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, but the bush was not consumed. When Moses came down from the mountain, the Israelites couldn't even look at his face. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were cast into a fiery furnace, and they were completely unharmed. But the men who put them in the fire were killed by it. Adam and Eve were hiding after they sinned. They lost their robes of righteousness, and they knew they were naked. They hid from the consuming fire.
They hid from God.
The wicked cannot be in heaven because they aren't wearing his garments, and heaven would be hell for them. If God allowed them to be in heaven for an eternity, they would burn for an eternity. So God does the merciful thing and allows the wicked to turn to ash after they have been punished for their sins. Thank you for watching.